Did Will Ospreay prove that he's the best, or did Bryan Danielson prove that he's still a living legend?
We consulted our local meteorologist to find out if Thunder Rosa could reclaim gold from Tony Storm.
And in our main event, could Swerve Strickland accomplish his dream of becoming the first ever African-American AEW World Champion, or did Samoa Joe send him back down the card? All that and more on this week's episode of Grapple-Sauce. Hit it, Dave!
Hey, Daver here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's sleepy as well. How we doing, Dave?
Great. Yeah, Chandler, you worked late, had to watch a 4-hour pay-per-view, and you're up bright and fudging early to do a review.
Well, it was a pretty dang good pay-per-view, so that helped. But yeah, here we are in the flesh. Due to time constraints, I know we're going to hop right into it, but I figured we'd hash out our predictions real quick because we had a first ever this time around. We had our first ever tie for first place.
Oh, no.
So, in third place with 25 points, the Daver.
What?
And tied for first place, Chad and Chandler with 28 points each. So,
Ooh,
Daver and I were talking off cord, and what we figured was Dave has a trivia fact for us, and so whoever gets it right wins.
Oh, tiebreaker. I like it.
What if you, man, I'll have to have a couple lined up if you don't get the first one, huh?
Right?
That's true. Do we just want to like buzz in? Like if you say like, what's Roman Reigns' first name, right? We just go Chandler and we go Roman, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see what we can do with question one here. All right. We all know at Bash at the Beach 1996 who the third man was, brother. Do either of you know who the fourth member of the NWO was?
Ooh, I used to know this.
Like the fourth ever?
Yeah. Chad. Was it Macho?
Oh.
Was it Eric Bischoff?
No.
No.
Who was it? I used to know this.
Yeah, who was it?
Do you just want to keep guessing?
No, give us the one. Then we'll hit us with another question.
Was it? Wait, I got one more. Was it 6?
Close.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
$1 Million
okay.
Man.
Yeah. All right. My bad.
Okay. Macho Man's late career in WCW, 1999. He had an entourage of 3 beautiful blonde bombshells. Name all 3.
Miss Elizabeth, Sensational Sherry, and Jacqueline.
No.
I
got nothing.
Medusa, Gorgeous George, and Molly Holly.
Molly Holly. I didn't know she was in WCW.
Yeah, they fumbled her. She would have been a great star. But yeah, let's see. I gotta come up with some stuff here. It's gonna be WCW stuff probably. Which you don't know.
I'll get one of them. I'll get one of them eventually.
Yeah. I listened to Eric Bischoff's podcast a lot. You think something would stick?
Okay, we've got okay. Rick Steiner and whose mother won the WCW
Judy Bagwell. Buff Bagwell's mom. Was it Judy Bagwell?
Yeah.
Let's go! I don't know I just know that Judy Bagwell was in WCW a lot. Like a lot more than she should.
Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb. All right, so
Okay.
that means we're getting 2 videos coming straight to you. An essay, not an essay, but an essay about why WWF beat WCW. Fitting that we had these trivia questions. And why Ryback is an underrated wrestler. You know, after Dynasty, I might just make that why Jericho is the greatest of all time video anyway, because he proved it. He got his 24th individual title. Wow. When they announced that, I was like, oh, he's winning, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's winning, isn't he? So we'll get to that. There's a little spoiler, a little treat.
So
Yeah.
overall, what did you guys think of the show?
Loved it. I didn't mind
Really
Jericho
good.
winning either.
I'll tease it as well. There was one thing in the show that kind of ruined it, but it was saved by the end.
Cool. Yeah, for me, I thought it was very good. Individually, each match was excellent. I feel like the first 2 matches could have been a little shorter, and then it would have been almost like the perfect pay-per-view. It was just like I looked at the time, and it was like I'm an hour into this, and I'm only through the first 2. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Then after that, it just like picked up steam, and
Not to compare it to the other guys, but a 3-hour B pay like I know they don't have B pay-per-views, but this is a new pay-per-view. A 4-hour or 3-hour pay-per-view is not a bad thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it flew by for me. The first 2 matches did go a little long. They realized it and probably had to cut Willow Julia a little bit. That was a little underwhelming in my mind.
Yeah.
The outcome was the outcome I thought would happen. But yeah, great pay-per-view. We'll get into Osprey Danielson
Oh,
a little later. I know Chandler, you had your quarrels with it.
I'll get
Uh,
into it. It was a great match. Don't get me wrong. It was a great
yeah,
match.
yeah.
Fantastic.
I've watched it 3 times already.
Wow.
yeah. Um, Swerve, he earned it. He deserves it first.
Makes me sad for Joe because I love Joe so much, but this was Swerve's time and it was a great match and they delivered. They delivered fully.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, you want to get into the first match? What an opener. Holy crap. Okada is firmly solidified as a good get. I think the St. Louis crowd, first off, was hot.
Yeah.
Uh, Sold out. I didn't know they sold out the pay-per-view until you know, I started watching the pre-show. Um, oh yeah, well let's uh I guess we should talk about the one pre-show match real quick, huh?
There was there were other ones, but I don't
Oh,
think they really
the one that
Yeah,
matter.
the
the one that
important
we
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was Trent and Shibata,
Seidel.
no,
Trent.
Seidel.
Yeah. And then Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Shane Taylor
Oh.
production. So
Oh, I
they
figured
made
you were
it to
going to
the
talk about the unification.
No, those were the ones we're not talking about. We're gonna talk about the unification.
But yeah, we got Bang Bang Gang, who are were the Ring of Honor 6-man tag champs against the Acclaimed, who were the AEW World Trios champions. This is a unification match. Thank you. Get rid of a title. Awesome. They introduced so many over time that it kind of got diluted. So I'm glad they're unifying now. Um, let's see. Chad, did you happen to catch that weird little rap thing with Max Caster?
Yeah, that
Was
was wow.
Yeah. I don't think that was planned. He kind of went off on a tangent. Anthony Bowens tried to grab the mic from him, like clearly trying not to seem like he was like, okay,
Yeah, wrap it up, buddy.
More points than that claim to go into WWE column, I'll tell you that. Like, What was that Andrade guy acting out when he wanted to get fired? Now are they acting out because they want to get fired? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, not good. The line he ended with was pretty
Spicy.
off, yeah, pretty off color, man. And he brought up HR legal in the rap.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, anyway, we'll see if anything comes of that. But yeah, the acclaimed ended up losing, and Bang Bang Gang are now the undisputed world trios champions.
Yeah.
Love it.
That
They
was the
man,
correct decision.
the guns are freaking amazing in my book now. Like they've gone from hyping up people in the crowd during COVID, like to legitimate threats.
Yeah, their packaging, like that was almost a WrestleMania worthy entrance. They looked amazing.
But it was on the pre-show because
Mm.
no one cared.
Yeah. But yeah, getting into the actual pay-per-view, the opener here, what a freaking banger. Okada versus Pac for the Continental Championship. First title defense for Okada. Let's see. Pac slaps Okada around to get him riled up. Pac has Okada in a long headlock to slow down the pace. Pac throws Okada into the barricade on the floor. The shoulder looks hurt. Pac is in control. We get an avalanche brainbuster to Okada from Pac. Okada gets the upper hand and kicks Pac in the head to toy with him. They exchange strikes. Okada drop kicks Pac from the heavens. We all know that drop kick he does. Okada gives Pac a DDT off the barricade. I thought Pac broke his neck on
Yeah,
that
Wow,
he's
yeah.
so
DDT.
good at selling. So
It
good at
looked like,
selling.
didn't it look like it bent in an unnatural position?
Yeah.
Like I thought I witnessed that man being paralyzed on television. Uh, anyway, he sold it like a freaking champ. Rolls him in the ring, covers 2.99. Pac springboards off the top rope onto Okada on the floor. Pac still selling the neck. Pac hits Okada with a top rope drop kick, covers him for two. Pac German suplexes Okada. Then Okada drop kicks Pac into the crowd. Uh, Crowd is super hot for this. Okada hits Pac with a neck breaker. Uh, we got Okada flipping off the crowd. Pac rolls him up for two. Pac misses the Black Arrow, and Okada hits a perfect tombstone pile driver. Uh, we got Pac hitting a tombstone on Okada, then going for Black Arrow again, but Okada grabs him or grabs the ref. Pac hits the Black Arrow, but Okada gets his knees up. Okada then hits the Rainmaker for the win. Uh, yeah, perfect opener, great hard hitting showcase of what Pac can do, and we haven't seen him really tear it up in a while. Okada is a really good signing for AEW. I love it all. I think we're gonna get a series of three over time.
Ooh, yes, please.
I
Yeah,
hope.
couple spots I'd love to highlight there was when Okada got his knees up, how Pac took that right on the chin and he like, oh, that and he yeah, like Okada's a regular drop kick, always fantastic, but then he did that shotgun drop kick too. Whoo! Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he like looks like made a Pac sold that like he actually got shot with a shotgun. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Great start. Like I said, maybe a hair along. They could have probably got through some of their beginning sequence a little quicker, maybe. But holy crap! Great
Yeah.
match.
You get a guy like Pac selling for Okada, of course it's going to go well. My favorite part of the match was, of course, when he like hyped up the crowd for the Rainmaker taunt and then lured them all in and then flipped them off. I loved that. I thought it was shot perfectly. I thought it was really funny. And then all of Pac's roll-ups. I'm not really a big fan of roll-ups, but they were so awesome. Every single one was great that he hit on Okada. So this was a really good match, and I really liked how the fans gave Pac an ovation afterwards. Like, they were so moved by the match. Like, everyone did great. It was a fantastic match. Great way to open. Great, like, hot start. No complaints here.
Yeah. Yeah. Great start to a pay-per-view. Yeah. After that, we get the House of Black versus Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. Going into it, my big question was, could they coexist?
Yes.
They could. Um, yeah, we get a pretty even matchup until we get Eddie Kingston stepping up to Brody King. They exchange chops. Eddie gives Brody machine gun chops in the corner, but Brody fights back and gives Eddie a cannonball in the corner. Eddie suplexes Malachi and gets a tag to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe uses a chair to jump off the apron onto Brody King.
Dope.
Wow. Brody Death Valley drives Mark Briscoe into the barricade on the floor. Um, and the barricade just bent, and the crowd had to the fans had to push it back. Mark Briscoe gets isolated, but Adam Copeland gets a hot tag and cleans house. Uh, Eddie's all fired up and tries to Ultimate Warrior on the ropes and slips and falls back. Poor guy. He
It
would,
was
dude.
perfect though.
Dude, he was doing the the
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe shit
Yeah.
the whole match.
I loved that. That was so funny. Eddie Kingston just going crazy.
Yeah, good shit, man. Uh, let's see. Buddy Matthews and Malachi powerbomb Eddie and Mark, but Adam Copeland superplexes Brody King. Uh, let's see. The Rated R Chicken Hawks spear House of Black all at the same time. Copeland goes to spear Malachi Black, but misses him, and Malachi hits the end for the win. Or no, he missed him in the eyes, and he hits the end and covers Copeland for the win. Uh, are we gonna get Dark Copeland with the Brood?
Ooh.
No, I think it's just going to be Black and Copeland at Double or Nothing. And because House of Black got to pin him here, maybe Adam Copeland will get to pin Malachi Black. Maybe.
Man, I don't like how the Mist isn't a guarantee that someone's gonna go crazy and do weird
Yeah.
shit. Like, it's kind of like, oh, sometimes it does, and you know,
Yeah, I did for Julia and Sky Blue, but not Willow. And probably not Adam Copeland would be my prediction. But this is a
Pac got misted one time, and he didn't really turn evil or bad, but he wore a he didn't even do a match blind for a little bit.
Yeah, he had the blindfold on, and he had some really crazy promos for a minute, and then all of a sudden he's just, oh well, whatever, I'm a bastard.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to wrestle blind. Thought this match was fun. Wasn't anything special, right? It was just kind of like a 6-man they threw on the card. I don't know why you would have this 6-man on the card over the other 6-man that unified both trios belts, but again, nobody cares about that story, so whatever. My favorite bit of this was, of course, the triple spear spot. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was just what you call, Chad, a popcorn match. Yeah, it happened. It was cool. I wanted Eddie and Mark to get in a tussle, but didn't happen. But yeah, I'm hoping for uh dark deranged Copeland. Uh Somehow Christian Cage has got to step in somehow, and he gets misted, and then we get Gangrel, and we're good. So,
Maybe. If that's what they're going for, I would be a path I did not expect.
but yeah, moving along here, we get a pretty quick TBS title match. Julia Hart defending against Willow Nightingale. Willow pump kicks Julia right away. Willow's being pretty aggressive. Julia throws Willow over the timekeeper's table, then bounces Willow's head on the mat over and over. Julia gets Willow in the ropes, but she says, "No rope breaks." I kind of like that part. Mercedes watching the match from the back. Willow misses a drop kick, and Julia gets her in the Heartless Lock. Willow just stands up with Julia still locked in. Willow gets her feet up when Julia goes for the moonsault, and Willow lariats Julia, then gives Julia the doctor bomb for the win. Pretty ABCD, boom, done. Uh, yeah, pretty quick. They were probably trying to make more time for the remainder of the show. Uh, but yeah, I it, what happened is what I thought would happen, what we all kind of thought,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely time for that title to switch up, and I think Willow's a great person to put it on. She's just infectious. Like as fun as she is to watch on TV, holy crap, she is fun to watch live. So I'm really excited to see what she does with it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the match. It was fine. It was too short, but whatever. Probably was running. Everything else was probably running too long. Uh, I kind of like it was something I never realized, but the house rules, right? How no one ever does a good house rule. This one was like, okay, come on, the Sky Blue and Chris Statlander are banned. Like, don't be an idiot. Like,
Yeah,
I know Willow's gonna be the baby face and win clean, and she did, and that's fine. But like, do something like, oh, you can't submit me. If I tap out, it doesn't count. I don't
yeah.
know. Like, do something like that. So that was just a nitpick, but it was a fun match. And then Monet came out. Yay, Monet, the bigger star that's just
Ugh.
gonna take the belt at Double or Nothing. Spoilers. I'm still not excited for that. And I thought it was really interesting because when they show him on the screen watching, and like we noticed it a lot for like the Bucks and Okada, right? There'll be a pop because people go,
Yeah.
"Oh, I know that guy." Nothing for Monet. Not a yell, not a cheer. And when she came out later, they noticed, but when they showed her the first time, no pop. So
Yeah, yeah, I think they really goofed this up. Like I said, her biggest strength is her in-ring work, and if you can't put her in the ring, I wouldn't have done it. I would have waited till closer to her actually being able to jump in the ring.
I liked how they kind of mentioned it, I think with Stokely on commentary, because he was like, "Yeah, I don't know why Monet's jumping to the top of the line. It makes no sense to me, but she just is." So I appreciated that, like, Stokely sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part, right when she won, Hathleigh Stokeway yelled, "Chuck E. Cheese, here we come!"
Mhm. I also
Oh,
like
that
how
man is a treat.
yeah, she was rubbing Stokely's head after the match when they were all hugging her. She was rubbing, like giving him one of those. I thought it was one of those where like if Monet wasn't involved in this, I'd probably have been like, hell yeah, Willow won. It was a really nice celebration, and like you tease that Chris Statlander heel turn a little bit more, and
Yeah.
you're building to that. I'd care a lot more, but I don't because I think she's gonna lose it in a month.
Yeah, uh, that will happen. Yeah, moving along here, we got a international title match. Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. I got written down here the P break match. I saw just so many empty seats out in the crowd. Uh, yeah, it was pretty good match, even matched in the beginning there. They kind of knew each other's moves. O'Reilly gets Roddy into an arm breaker, then an ankle lock. O'Reilly gets a back breaker from Roddy, one of many. Roderick, let's see, backhands O'Reilly in the face. Can't read my writing. Roderick Strong counters a running knee into another backbreaker. O'Reilly gets a backbreaker on the turnbuckle. Uh, let's see. Roderick gives O'Reilly 2 more backbreakers. Then the end of Heartache. Roderick covers, but O'Reilly kicks out somehow. O'Reilly gets Roderick in a knee bar, but Roderick gets out of it. They exchange forearm strikes, but Roderick gives O'Reilly another backbreaker. It was getting a little redundant, not gonna lie. Uh, they both lariat each other at the same time and go down. O'Reilly gets Roderick Strong in a guillotine neck hold, but Roderick catapults O'Reilly into the ropes to escape. Wardlow shows up. O'Reilly gets an armbar on Roderick Strong again, and Roddy ends up hitting End of Heartache and winning and retaining the title. Um, Adam Cole gets rolled out by the Undisputed Kingdom, but oh, he can walk. He might not be ready to super kick anyone or do any Panama sunrises, but man, he can walk. Uh, Cole gets in the ring and kind of stares at Wardlow evilly, briefly, and kind of turns real quick. I like that. Um, but yeah, maybe they can start showing him more and he won't look like a feeble goof.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think I liked this match more than you, but I didn't really love it. I just kind of enjoyed it. I liked how it seemed like they had counters for each other, and it makes sense because they wrestled with each other for so long. They're such good friends, and they were, but their friendship is over. My favorite little bit was like Roderick was bent over, and O'Reilly came up and tried to do like a stomp on him, and he did. And then like Roderick started immediately hit it with a knee. I thought that was fun. I always love O'Reilly's wacky line. It's very funny. He hit one from the bottom rope. That was pretty dang good. And then I'm not gonna lie, that Cole stink eye at Wardlow is the first time I've been intrigued in this story since they beat up MJF. That's the first time I was like, oh, there's something here. That's interesting. And it's because he can walk.
Yeah.
It's because he was walking behind him and they might have a match.
Yeah, I'm kind of more in the Chandler side of things where I thought the video package leading into this did a better job about getting me hyped for the match than all the build up.
It's like
This is very WWE. Like, yeah, I was like, whoa, this is a really good video package. I liked the match. I thought the violence and the counters were great. And the finish too, that end of Heartache always gets me jazzed. I was like, yeah, I love that move. But yeah, due to time constraints, that's all I'll put over that match.
Made Kyle O'Reilly look really good, and I want to see more of him. But that's every Kyle O'Reilly match. So
yeah,
I enjoyed the match. It wasn't time to take that belt off Roderick. It was, yeah, it was good. I didn't get up to pee, so
yeah.
I didn't do what everyone else did. It was all right. It was all
I'm
right.
looking at my notes for the next match, and I'm thinking maybe it was time to take a title off of someone else.
Ooh. Yeah, we got an FTW title match. Hook defending against Lionheart Chris Jericho. Okay, let's see. We got an even match from the get-go. Hook gives Jericho some suplexes. Jericho got knocked to the floor. Jericho throws Hook into the announcer's desk right in front of Taz. Jericho gets a table and sets it up. Hook suplexes Jericho on the floor. And barely, dude, Jericho's head was like 2 inches away from the corner of the freaking steel steps.
Yep.
Hook gets a FTW brand trash can found at your local Home Depot, and they hit each other with it. Hook T-bones Jericho through the table. Hook covers Jericho, but he kicks out at 2. Jericho hits a Frankensteiner off the top on Hook, and Hook puts Jericho in a trash can, and let's see, he hits him with a kendo stick, gives him a T-bone while in the can. Hook leans a table in the corner. Hook gives Jericho a suplex. Then Jericho gives Hook a code breaker. Hook gets the red rum on Jericho, but Jericho falls backward onto that table. Hook lets go. Jericho gets the walls of Jericho on Hook. Hook escapes and rolls up Jericho, gets a 2 count. Jericho low blows Hook, gives him the Judas effect and covers him, but Hook kicks out. Jericho gives Hook another Judas effect, covers him, but Hook kicks out again. Jericho yells, "Stay down!" and he grabs Floyd the Bat. Uh, Hook flips Jericho off, and Jericho hits Hook in the head with Floyd and covers him for the win. And new FTW champion. I don't know. Like, people are yelling, chanting, "Please retire, go home, Chris.
Fozzy sucks.
Fozzy sucks." Man, oh man. He needs to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, my favorite part of this match were the chants. I thought they were pretty funny. And it's just like why? What are we doing here? I genuinely I'm like, what's the logic behind this? Why are we putting down Hook over Jericho of all people when Joe beat him? And it was a pretty dang close match for the world title. It still put Hook over. This didn't. And it's that Jericho anti-magic of I'm gonna wrestle a guy and I'm gonna beat him and I'm gonna say I put him over in defeat, but he didn't.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I don't want to see Hook and Jericho fight again, but we're gonna get it at Double or Nothing again. So yay!
Yeah, there's the rumors that Hook wants to explore free agency, yada yada yada. I do want to put over a couple of Chris Jericho things. For a 53-year-old man, he took some gnarly bumps.
He did. That's something I
He
thought.
put the work in.
I was like, I'd hate to wrestle Hook because he just drops you on your head the whole time.
Yeah. And I thought his selling at the end of like, I have this title and I really don't want it. Like the look on his face, he was like apologetic, or he was like, "Ooh, the crowd really hates me." I don't know. Either or, it was interesting. So I don't know. I got some positive out of it.
Yeah, it wasn't all bad, but it is just like it's confusing.
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
know
head
why the
scratcher.
hell they do it.
The way my dumb brain goes is if the FTW title is still in AEW, that means Hook might not want to leave. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't want him to leave, but yeah. He'd just be like an NXT, like
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
whatever
maybe I'll
there, right?
jump on TNA with Broken Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
Due to time constraints, no comment.
He didn't sign. He's still a free agent.
Due to time constraints, no comment.
But yeah, let's move on to really great match. AEW
Match of the
Women's
night.
World Title match. Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Um, started off. Thunder Rosa didn't have makeup on. I liked that. Just herself. Uh, let's see. They start off fighting with chops and strikes. Thunder Rosa hits a tornado on Tony Storm and Luther. Tony gives Thunder Rosa 2 backbreakers and covers for 2. Another going after the back theme match. uh, Thunder Rosa gives Storm a power bomb and a high stack, gets 2 out of it. Thunder Rosa gives Tony a crucifix bomb and covers for 2. Then Thunder Rosa gives Tony Storm a Death Valley driver on the apron, covers her for a 2 count. Rosa gives or tries to do a Tijuana bomb, but can't lift Tony up. Her back is hurting too much. Tony gives Thunder Rosa a fisherman suplex, covers for 2. Thunder Rosa stomps Tony, covers for 2, 2 count. They chop each other, then exchange forearm strikes, and then slaps. They German suplex each other, but Mariah May gets on the apron. Then Deonna Purrazzo runs out and attacks Luther, throws him into the steps, and fights Mariah May all the way to the back. Uh, Tony hits a German suplex and a hip attack and a Storm Zero, covers Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa kicks out. Tony gets Thunder Rosa in a Texas Cloverleaf, but Thunder Rosa gets to the ropes. Thunder Rosa hits a backstabber, then a rear choke, but Tony gets to the ropes. Tony Storm low blows Thunder Rosa and hits a Storm Zero for the win. Retained, still the champ. Good stuff.
Chandler?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been keeping a close eye on this reign since it started. I love Toni Storm. This was probably her best match by far in the reign, so I really liked it. I loved the second rope backstabber. I thought really popped me, and I loved the low blow. I just think it's really funny that she low blowed Thunder to win. I like Toni Storm a lot, and I want her reign to continue, so I'm definitely happy with that.
Yeah, I thought this did a great job of really cementing that she's a legit champion, because her other title defenses were a
Silly.
Yeah, a little silly, and this was like, oh, this is a credible threat. Like,
the silliness won't work.
Yeah, like I can't remember, did I have Thunder Rosa? Because I was pretty sure she was gonna win.
No, you were thinking Thunder Rosa, but I can tell in the moment you were like, no, all in on Tony, and I think it's because I was like, I'm all in on Tony. I'm never not going to be all in on Tony.
Yeah, because I thought, like, if anyone was going to take it off of her, she had the best, like, a really credible reason. So, and it was a very good match. It was stiff.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I really liked Deonna Purrazzo throwing Luther into the steps. That was a really fun part. And yeah, it was really a hard-hitting match. Telling that story about Thunder Rosa's back really worked for me. Tony doesn't need the belt, but damn, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So yeah, due to time constraints, we should probably just skip the next match, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't very important.
No, nothing came out of it.
No. It was an instant classic. Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay. Good Lord. The crowd was losing their shit when they stepped in the ring and were facing each other. Let's see. We got some Danielson style mat wrestling from both men. People chanting Ospreay. Ospreay counters a bow and arrow hold. We get a test of strength into a wrist lock to Ospreay. Danielson popping Ospreay in the head while in a headlock just to piss him off. I really liked that. They had a masterpiece of a counter and evade sequence with kicks and I couldn't even like write it down. It was like so much that happened.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
They chop each other really loud over and over. We get "fuck Don Callis" chants. Osprey catapults over the top rope and crossbodies Danielson. Danielson kicks Osprey in the liver. Danielson targets that uh, spot on his body. Danielson gets Osprey tied up in an arm and leg hold. He gets to the ropes. We get more chops. Osprey corkscrew kicks Danielson in the head from an inverted rebound off the ropes. Osprey dives on Danielson from the top to the outside with a twisting crossbody. Danielson gives Osprey hammer and anvil strikes, then gets him in the cattle mutilation. Will Osprey gets to the ropes. Osprey counters a Hurricane Rana and lands on his feet. Danielson hits an avalanche tiger suplex on Osprey. Danielson covers, but Osprey gets his foot on the ropes. Will Osprey eat some yes kicks, then a PK kick, but Osprey no sells it. Danielson gets an Oz cutter on the apron. Will Osprey hits the hidden blade on Danielson on the outside from the apron and barely dodges the ref. The crowd is going, which I've never heard in a wrestling match. "We're not worthy" chants. Uh,
Match wasn't
uh,
that good.
I,
Okay, it was good. It wasn't that good. Like the crowd did kind of annoy me with all their chants. Like it was a great match. Watch it.
uh, let's see. We get a Tiger Driver and a kick out. Danielson counters an Oz cutter into an armbar. Danielson gets Osprey in the label lock in the middle of the ring. Danielson pulls back Osprey's arm, uh, but Osprey gets to the ropes. Danielson rolls up Osprey for 2.999. Danielson hits a Buzaiku knee for 2.99. Danielson says, "I'm gonna kick your effing head in," and then he proceeds to do that. And Nigel says, "Potty mouth."
Mhm.
Danielson gets Osprey in a triangle lock.
This was
Osprey
pretty damn good.
counters into a Styles clash.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. They're striking each other, and we're getting yes, bruv, yes, bruv. Uh, Osprey hits a hidden blade, then goes for an Oz cutter, but Danielson counters into a Buzaiku knee. Both men are down. They beat the 10 count. They stare each other down from across the ring, and they have almost like a joust duel at full speed ahead. Uh, Osprey ends up getting the hidden blade on Danielson, and then a Tiger Driver 91. Danielson is convulsing. The ref calls for the dock. Osprey hits another hidden blade. The ref counts 3. Danielson is yelling, "Fuck, fuck," like in severe writhing in pain. Osprey's concerned. Uh, yeah, wow. Uh, Word on the street, it might be storyline. So, how are they going
Oh
to tell
yeah.
that story?
I
Uh,
hope.
Osprey ended his career,
I don't know.
but he comes back.
I'll say this. I'll say this. I agree with everything Dave said. The match was fantastic, but it was ruined for me by that. If it's legit, you should never do that move again. I think Tony Khan should take a page out of WWE's book, start finding people for moves like that, so that they don't use it. Or if it's a storyline and they all agree to it, that's fine. It's genuinely like what I don't want to watch. Like if they kept doing shit like this, I would stop watching AEW.
Yeah.
So I really didn't like it. It ruined the show. It ruined the match. Like not ruined the show, but like at the moment, it really put a sour taste in my mouth. And honestly, like why would you want to end a dream match like that? Like, look at the Okada Danielson one. Danielson broke his arm, and they still had a lot of fanfare when he won. They didn't even mention that he broke his arm. They were like, "Oh shit, he won. This is great." But this, why would you end a match like this? And so you better tell a really good story out of it. Like, you better have a really good story coming out of this.
Yeah, I think it's just going to motivate Osprey leaving the Callis family, because I felt like that. Because at the end, he was showing empathy and worried about him, and Callis is probably going to be like, well, never do that, blah blah blah, and then
Yeah.
boom, explosion. I feel like that's definitely part of Danielson's sensibility. I figure it was storyline. I mean, when he came back from the head injury and had that crazy match with Lesnar, same kind of thing. He just loves toying with that line of just making the audience feel uncomfortable. So, I guess he succeeded.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got that AEW Tag Team Finals match. FTR and the Young Bucks, the EVPs of the company. Uh, yeah. Um, it was kind of a tough act to follow.
Yeah,
Coming
no,
off of,
we literally watched two tag teams perform CPR on the crowd. It wasn't because they were dead from just not interested. They were just emotionally and physically spent after that masterpiece.
yeah. People were definitely exhausted from watching that match. But yeah, they did a good job. This was entertaining. You got the Young Bucks, so you got all the high spots and the risky stuff. You got the crowd chanting, "Please don't die,"
Oh my
in the
god, they did
match.
some of the craziest bumps I think they've ever done. Like they knew what they were up for. They knew what they were following. They probably volunteered for it, cuz like I said, that crowd was dead for the first bit, but they finally got them back, and they like primed them for the main event. Like it was true Young Bucks witchcraft. Like it was like they did an amazing thing. Like it was an amazing match, and like I know me, I was just like sitting on my couch like, oh, this is really good, and I just don't care. I'm like, and I still got one more match to go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, man. Let's see. Let me get into it. They fight with and over a ladder on the outside of the ring on the floor. Dax tosses Nicholas on the ladder, then a gives a back body drop to Matthew on the ladder. Nicholas cannonball sentons on Cash on a ladder. We get Dax bleeding really, really bad, gushing blood, in fact. The Young Bucks hit Dax in the back with a chair. The Bucks put Dax like in a ladder, sandwich in between, and hit it with a chair. Nicholas throws the chair at Cash, and then Dax is just gushing even more blood. Uh, Cash moonsaults off a ladder on the Bucks. Cash gets an EVP trigger while crotched on the ladder. Cash power slams Nicholas, then sets up a ladder under the uh, can't read my writing. FTR Bulldog Nicholas. Uh, Dax gets Matthew in a sharpshooter. Then Matthew overshoots the table. Then Dax overshoots one, and both look hurt. They fish. Uh, they fight on top of the table. FTR hit the Shatter Machine on Matthew. Nicholas hits FTR with a chair, and FTR do their Power and Glory finisher on the Bucks from the top of the two ladders. We got Nicholas hitting a 450 splash on Cash on a table. Dax pile drives Matthew on a ladder. Cash dives on the outside towards Nicholas, but Nicholas moves and Cash crashes on another table. Dax hits Nicholas with a belt and knocks him off the ladder. Um, a masked fan jumps the barricade and pushes over the ladder. Security grabs him, and it's Jack Perry. Uh, he smirks at the camera. I loved it.
Oh, that shit-eating grin was goated.
Yeah, I mean, he is the scapegoat. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he's gonna really rock that character. Jungle Boy is officially dead, and we need Jack Perry, scapegoat, in the Elite. Nick was able to climb the ladder and grabs both of the belts. They win. We get new AEW World Tag Team Champions, first time, 3-time
Yeah.
champions.
What an era, man. 6, 7 months ago, did you think like you'd be this interested in the Bucks again?
No.
Like, and
Absolutely
Jack
not.
Perry? Like, I thought Jack Perry was finished. And now all of a sudden I'm like, yes, give me this. Give me this. That full beard, that look he's got, him flashing the E at the end. I was like, oh hell yeah. Where's this going? What is it Wednesday yet?
Man, I'm really hoping he worked on his delivery, his promo skills. I want him to maybe come with a gravelly gravitas in his voice. Like, give
Yeah.
me something growly. Because his other promo approach really didn't do it for me.
Yeah. 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 No, he didn't have quite enough pro wrestler in him. It was almost a little too casual. But no, like
Mhm.
that match was like on any other card, it would have blown me away. But like I said, what it followed, I was just like, oh my gosh. But like they had me by the end. Like they knew, like I said, they knew exactly what they were doing because like they knew what they were following, and it was an incredible match. And by the end, they did get the crowd again. Like that poor crowd was just spent. And then like, oh no, this is still really good. And then we got the main event. And yeah, they some serious witchcraft there. Like those guys did some unreal bumps, and I don't think they got enough credit for it.
Yeah, yeah, they really they knew what they were doing. They knew what they had to follow and what was following them. Uh, and yeah, Jack Perry really got a pretty okay reaction too from the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Uh,
they did it well. That little like, oh, it's a crazy fan. Oh no, it isn't.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, it worked out. I really enjoyed the match. Um, yeah, I like how the Young Bucks are the only 3-time champs, all that, yada yada. Um, yeah, good stuff. Now they can really show off with them being tag champs and Okada being continental champ.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, they're unstoppable. Maybe we can get Jack Perry to get a belt. I don't know.
Yeah, he can get one of Eddie's remaining belts.
Yeah, yeah, the New Japan Strong.
Yeah.
That's all he's got left.
Aw, Eddie.
Um, yeah, cool. But yeah, after that, man, we got that main event we've all been
Oof.
waiting for. Samoa Joe defending the AEW World Championship against Swerve Strickland. Uh, yeah, Swerve got a chance back at Revolution. Hangman, Swerve, and Joe were in that triple threat. Joe choked out Hangman, and we haven't seen Hangman since.
Yeah.
I was half expecting him to show up at the pay-per-view. Uh, Spoiler, he didn't.
I'm glad he didn't. I think Swerve needed the just straight up one-on-one victory. And man, honestly, like I knew he was going to win from that entrance. That was win entrance right there.
Yeah, dude. Black Panther, freaking what is it? Okanda,
Yeah, yeah,
Wakanda.
yeah. Wakanda, yeah. Although it
Yeah,
was
man.
funny, I think they had a great idea, but like it was just a little off. Like they needed to like dim the lights or something. And then when he tried to take the mask off, but he still had his claws on, it was like
Yep.
really awkward. I was like, oh man, he's getting win entrance. Oh, it's like the wish.com version of a win entrance though.
Yeah, there should have been like freaking dudes with like drums, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Like, yeah, that would have been good. Uh, he'll get one. He'll get an entrance like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see here. Let's get into it. Swerve, yeah, in the Black Panther ring gear. We get into the match. Joe avoids a dive from Swerve in his typical Joe fashion. Joe Uranagi Swerve into the announce desk. Swerve dives over the ring and knees Joe in the head. Samoa Joe pulls up the padding on the floor, exposing concrete. Samoa Joe power slams Swerve on the concrete. Joe is in control, punishing Swerve for a while. Joe misses a let's see. Joe misses Swerve and punches the ring post. Swerve capitalizes and drives Joe's arm into the mat from the top and gets a short arm scissors on Joe. Joe picks up Swerve, then hits a muscle buster, and Swerve is able to kick out at 2. Joe grabs the title from the timekeeper's table, but Swerve hits him with a house call. Then a Swerve stomp, and then he covers, but Joe kicks out at 2. Joe gets the coquina clutch on Swerve, but Swerve gets out and breaks Joe's arm with his little arm snapper move.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, they got the sound effect. Someone somewhere snapping something. uh, Swerve hits another house call, covers Joe, but he kicks out again. They battle on the top rope. Swerve jumps over Joe. Uh, let's see. Power bombs him, hits another Swerve stomp, and gets the 1, 2, 3. We got a new world champion in AEW. First ever African American world champion in AEW. Yeah,
Yeah.
big deal. Uh, yeah, Swerve got to finish his story, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see where it goes. Shoot, do you think Osprey is going to take it at Wembley? Because that's not a long reign.
mm, I don't think so. I I wouldn't like that.
No, it's like, do I want to see Osprey have it eventually? But man, Swerve worked for it. Like the path he took to the top was pretty impressive, and I think he should stay there for a while.
Yeah, he he got over organically. Was able to capitalize on the crowd's reaction. Yeah, got really over. Um, yeah, not everyone can do that. Like we were talking about it, a few months ago. We were trying to make a thumbnail for a video about Swerve and his uh climb to the top like early on, and we're like from fired to future
Uh-huh.
champ. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE didn't see anything in him, and they were dead wrong.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's yeah, I mean their loss is our gain, right? But yeah, wow. Like I said, from this like kind of excited to see what this dude's all about to oh my god, this guy's a star, like to oh no, this guy's the star. Like, yeah, he should definitely be leading the company for a while because I think the way he tells stories, both in the ring and out of the ring, is just great. Like I'm always just whatever he's doing, that's like, oh, I need more, I need more, I need more. So yeah, I hope he's the guy for quite some time.
Really happy for Nana also. Like went from like he all of a sudden purchased Tully Blanchard Enterprises
Yeah,
and acquired Brian Cage and Gates of Agony. Um, yeah, like I didn't never would have thought he would have been the manager of the future world champion Swerve.
yeah. Yeah, it's a great pairing, and like I said, the match was pretty darn good. Like, for what those both those men were capable of. Like I said, Joe for me, like he kind of bounced back. Like when he first got there, I was like, he's okay, but he's not the old Joe. To oh no, he figured it out again. Like, is and yet again, like the two matches you were stupid dog. The two matches you were following, like, whew, man, like any other night, like I think I would have been a lot higher on the match quality, but yeah, like those two matches you came after too. It's like I was just spent. Like I was super happy to see him win, but the match itself was kind of a blur because I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like is Brian Danielson okay? Is oh my god, the Bucks, they're insane. Jack Perry, what's going on? Oh yeah, a match. Oh, they're just having a normal wrestling match. Okay, cool. Oh, he won. Yay.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little relaxing. Like you could just sit back and watch a normal wrestling match,
Yeah.
like the old days. Yeah, it was hard hitting. Joe definitely gave it everything he had, but it was Swerve's time.
Yeah.
If they would have pulled the rug out from under us
Mm,
again, that probably would have left a bad taste. A lot of goodwill,
yeah.
especially after the backstage footage and losing some of
Yeah.
that
Yeah, we
love.
needed a happy ending. And at the end of the day, I always think that AEW is kind of it's a face company. Like they give you the happy endings a lot and send the crowd home crowd the home happy. They
Yeah,
don't make people lose in their hometowns and on their birthdays and stuff.
yeah, um, yeah, true. Um, yeah, although Matt Seidel, poor guy, he
Yeah.
lost in the pre-show.
Uh-huh.
Um, no, but anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. They have now had two back-to-back almost flawless
Monsters. Yeah.
pay-per-views. I'm gonna say Hook and Jericho was
Yeah.
the doo-doo match of the
Yeah.
pay-per-view by
I
far.
I feel like I was listening to the What Culture review, and I feel like they put it perfectly, which is the last couple AEW pay-per-views have a 10 out of 10 in them, and if they just trimmed the fat, it would be there. Like it's like a 9.5 out of 10, but the 10's in there. If you just get rid of like a couple minutes here in some matches and maybe that one stinker Jericho match here and there too, and boom, like it's the perfect pay-per-view. Like it's like they're always just sort of the company of excess, just push that violence a little further than maybe they should. Although I love it because I'm an asshole, but and but or just yeah, Jericho doesn't need to be there. Oh, maybe this match did go a couple minutes too long, stuff like that. But but still, like 4 hours did not feel like 4 hours.
No, no, it went by real quick. Yeah, if you maybe would have switched out Hook and Jericho for the trios match,
Yeah,
but man, I'm kind of thinking maybe that was done by design. Maybe Max Caster's a ticking time bomb,
yeah,
and they knew that, and they're
they
like,
didn't
we can't.
feel safe putting him in front of the pay per view.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of where I've landed on that.
Yeah, get the titles off these guys. So if we gotta bend them, it's a little easier.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, again, really enjoyed the pay-per-view. Uh, do you want to do our highs and lows?
Ah, yeah, sure. I feel like this will be easy.
Yeah, high for me, Danielson, Osprey, like that. I don't know. If I had a number system, I'd give that 6. Like I'm not Dave Meltzer, but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, man. And low point Jericho hook for sure. Get that crap out of there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. How about you?
Same. Yeah, Jericho hook. Bye.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Like, so 2 years ago, when Jericho was much higher, like if he would have had the exact same match, I think it would have been a good match.
Mhm.
Like move for move, minute for minute. It was like, probably, I wouldn't be putting it as the low point. So it's funny how your perception of the person can change your perception of how you view the match.
Mhm. Yeah.
And yeah, like we just witnessed probably what the you were saying, like it's been said, like the greatest North American wrestling match ever. Like, how could that
Mhm.
not be the high?
Yeah. Yeah. We were real lucky to get that.
Yeah. And we both know Chandler's high is definitely Swerve winning the championship.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's very satisfied that that
Yeah.
happened. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, Chandler, what did you think of the Danielson uh Osprey finish? I hated it. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. All right. Uh, anyway, yeah. Um, yeah, that's our review of AEW Dynasty, the first ever AEW Dynasty, which I didn't really think about it until I kind of heard it mentioned. This was a makeup pay-per-view. There was a Revolution I was supposed to go to. Do you remember this, Chad? Where I had
Yeah.
tickets to go home to St. Louis, and
Yeah.
they moved the pay-per-view to another city on another day, but
That's right.
they kept it as a Rampage, I believe, the date that
Yeah.
I had. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
went
Cause
to
you
a
got to see something.
Rampage.
That's right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, Tony Khan was like, he promised them he'd be back and it would be really good. So he gave him a pay-per-view. And you know how he is about tradition. He'll probably keep it there or close to. Um, yeah,
Yeah, no,
it'll be
I
good.
kind of like the fact that Wrestle Dream's going to be in Tacoma, though. Speaking of
Yeah,
tradition,
a
a
little
little
bit
closer.
closer. Yeah, man. I can't wait to, yeah, fuck. I wanna try to sit close, man.
Yeah, but not on
uh
the floor, like one or two up.
If I'm on the floor, I'm front or second.
Yeah,
That's all I'll do, I think. Uh, yeah, but man, yeah, cool. Can't wait for Wrestle Dream in October. Um, yeah, Seattle's cool. I'm a teensy weensy bummed maybe that it isn't Seattle because I wanted to do the train and
yeah.
make it a real real nice day and a half vacation of just chilling. But yeah, how far is Tacoma from uh my neck of the woods? Let's see, probably like
Uh,
45 minutes maybe. Or
maybe,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an hour. Cool. Yeah, that should be good. Um,
The drive home will suck less.
it will. It will suck a lot less. Yeah, that was like a 3 hour drive. I can't remember, two and a half.
Yeah. Although to be fair, the drive home is when we conceived this.
Yes.
That
Yep, we
that was
were,
the birth of the cast.
yep. I'm like thinking in my head, like, man, do you want to do a YouTube channel? You're like,
Yeah,
you do realize I went to school to do.
yeah. No way. And then the rest is history.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, good call on that. Yeah, good shit. Um, yeah, can't wait for we got a weird Thursday collision we're gonna go to here in May. Prestige, a big arena show in July. I'm sure we'll have something else. There'll be another Prestige, I'm sure,
Yeah,
between
there'll
then and
probably be a
now.
small event to set up the big one. I think that's how they roll now. They'll do the small one to set up all the big matches. Like who's going to fight Wardlow? Who is going to fight Wardlow?
Can't even think that. Do they have a big man like
Not really.
on their roster? The guy from the construction worker
Yeah,
tag team.
yeah.
He's like a
Or they could
500
go
pound dude.
David versus Goliath and put Jaden up against something. That'd be hilarious.
That would be good. Damn. Um, cool. Yeah, good call. Yeah, hopefully we get that little mini smaller show between to, like you said, to set it up. But yeah, also out there, don't forget to hit that like button, or more specifically, elbow drop it. Uh, Power bomb that subscribe button too while you're at it, and give us a comment. Uh, yeah, me, Chad, and Chandler really enjoy doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, other cool things on the horizon. The top 5 videos keep popping up. Doing a real deep dive on this part 2 of the my top blood feuds. This might get a little long. These they're getting a little crazy. Then after that, we got our punishment videos due.
Yeah, I'm doing 5 reasons why the WWF beat WCW in the Monday Night War.
Ouch. Did Chandler come up with that one?
No, I picked it.
Oh. Well, at least you don't have to watch Ryback matches.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I have to do
you
the
do.
what is it? Top reasons why Ryback is underrated. Oof. Ugh.
Nope. Yeah, there really aren't any.
Nope. I'm gonna have to get real creative with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for our Dynasty review. Look forward to our top 5 videos coming out. More content will probably be coming your way. I want to open up some wrestling action figures and wrestling trading cards, and maybe some reviews of wrestling related movies. Yeah, let us know what you think if you want to see that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, chat, for joining me. Thank you, Chandler. You're welcome. Cool. All right. Well, yep, that'll do it. And everyone have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Peace.